everyone. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. I'm Katrina, the owner of Kathim Creations, Reefs and Things. And come on in and watch my live. We're going to do a balloon design today. And it's a design I was a little intimidated about doing when I saw Dawn from Balloons by Florally Yours do it, because she made such a huge one that I didn't think I could take on. I'm coming on today because I did a thing. It's behind me. I did a thing. I don't know. I did a thing. Like I was saying earlier, when Dawn made this in such a large scale, I was very intimidated about trying to make one myself. I have an event coming up. It is called the Basketball Read Ball, and it's going to be at the high school. And this gave me motivation to try it out and do it for myself, but on a smaller scale. So I'm going to show you guys. I did it. I made one yesterday. What do you guys think? I made it yesterday. I know I saw Dawn make one a while back for the football team down in Florida Gators. And thank you. It looks good. Thank you, Sherry. And she made such a huge one. I was like, it was just so intimidating for me to take on such a large scale balloon hoop. So I was sitting, I said, I have this basketball read thing. I know they want some columns, but I want to do something extra. I want to do something else. I want to do something that makes it pop. And then I also want to do this so I can actually show it on a small scale, but then present it to other schools and colleges and like bars and restaurants and stuff, that because March Madness is coming up. So I'm trying to get out there where I can sell something that can be that can be profitable in my business. Some do's and don'ts, some things to watch out for if you guys want to try it next. I want to show you what I use to make this smaller one and give you guys some options about making a smaller, like I said in my description, mini basketball balloon hoop. Okay, so this is what I used. Okay, y'all ready? Really simple stuff, really low. But I'm going to show you what I did. Now, I did that yesterday, and I know I wanted to come on and show you guys today. So hang tight. Let me show you. So now when Dawn did her basketball hoop, it was the big 7-foot, okay, basketball hoop. It was humongous. Way too intimidating for me to do as a first-time doer. So I know I had to come up with a way to make it where it's more controllable for me. Okay, so I was thinking in my basement, I was like, what can I use? I know it's something down here I can use. And this is what I came up with. A hula hoop, guys. You guys, you know you can get this from anywhere, right? You can get this from anywhere. The DT store, the 5, under store, the store I'm talking about, the T store. You can get DT, you can get this anywhere. And they have them in different sizes. Okay, think about it. Dawn used pecs. Okay, she used pecs, and then she cut it to the size that she needed for the basketball at the college, right? But I'm doing something small at the high school for the elementary kids, and I wanted something that's more, more fit for that environment. And I thought I needed to make it smaller, but I needed a structure to put it on. This is what I came up with. Just using a hula hoop. That's it. That's all this is a hula hoop. Now, they come in different sizes. This is the biggest one I had. I've already used this hula hoop as the top to a single door arch, balloon arch. So I put this on either side of my stand, and there you go. And then I put the balloons on, and it was fine because it was indoor. I wouldn't have to worry about it falling off. What we're going to do today is going to be on this one here, which is a smaller hula hoop. Okay. And as you can hear the beads inside. So yes, this is a hula hoop you get at the store. Okay. And this video is for training purposes only. I will be making one on either the 4th or 5th. I think I'll make it the day before. So the day before, I'll be making this for the event on the 6th. Okay. And I probably will be at the high school because I'm going to make it and I'm going to kind of set it up. So I don't have to worry about it. But this right here is a hula hoop. Now, how I get this hula hoop ready for me to use it as the top of my hula hoop, you want to take these beads out. I know you can hear the beads. You want to take the beads out. So most hula hoops have like this paper that is keeping the two ends together, right? So it's this paper here. So you have to cut that. You have to pull a hula hoop apart. Okay. I'm going to drop the beads out just right here on my floor because I'm going to sweep it up later. Just make sure you get them all out, right? And it comes with this little plug thing. Now you can put this back in and you can retape that. Okay. Retape that. So you just want to get the beads out. You don't want to have that beaded sound on your basketball hoop, right? So if you're making this for a client, now I'm over there just getting some tape on the side. So I have stuff on the side. I'm just using my clear packing tape. If you're doing this for a client, you want to make sure that this won't come apart, which it probably won't, but just to be on the safe side, you want to use with the grafter's tape, or you want to use that Gorilla duct tape. Just in case just in case something happens, you want to make sure it don't pull apart. So those two are very good, secure, tight tapes. I'm just using clear packing tape because, like I said, this is just for training purposes, right? So we're not really worrying about it coming loose. So what I'm going to do is just break a piece off, and I'm putting it on an angle, and I'm just going to wrap it around where that area is. Really good, really tight. Get it up there, and that's it. Now, like I said, if you got a client paying you for this, you may want to use the grafter's tape. You may want to use the Gorilla duct tape or duct tape to make sure that this is sealed tightly. It won't come loose, okay? So here you go. We got our beads out. You don't hear no beads rolling, right? This is our structure. This is what we're going to use to put our balloons on to make that hoop. This is what it starts with. Now, also, if you're going to use a hula hoop, you may want to color this, okay? You don't want to have this red, white, and, blue showing underneath your balloons. This is just for training purposes, so I am not going to do it. So if you can find a hula hoop that's orange, perfect. You don't have to color it. So my suggestion, and these are just suggestions I'm giving you, ladies and gentlemen, not telling you exactly what to do. But if you have a hula hoop with any color that you're going to use besides the color balloons, go ahead and spray paint it. Go ahead and paint it. Get it the same color. That way, if you do have holes, you really can't tell the holes, right? You kind of make it camouflage. It's not that bad. So just in case you do have holes. So we dumped all the beads out. We re-secured the opening. So now we're going to start blowing up the balloons. Let's talk about balloons. Okay, so I went into my stash because I didn't want to buy anything. This is not a paid gig for me. This is just me doing stuff at the school. I do a lot of things for the school, and it gives me content to post on my social media. And I've gotten several jobs from doing that. So it's kind of fruitful for me right now. So, and this is not me kicking out a whole bunch of money. I'm making a couple of columns, and they're maybe 4 feet high, and the rest is going to be something that the media center is designing to put on the top. And then I'm just throwing this in. So I'm not putting a whole bunch of money into this, but I'm guessing I'm going to get a huge impact because I showed the media center this and she almost was brought to tears. So balloons. Okay. I already had Jamar orange balloons, and I know it's backwards for you guys. Okay. So these are the balloons that I'm using. But if I was doing this for a paying client, I would be using the Qualitex orange, and I will show you why. Okay. I'm not knocking Jamar, not at all, but I will show you the color difference. Okay. And you probably can't see it that well because of my lighting here in the basement, because the lighting is kind of going to be behind us, but I'm going to try to turn to the side where you can actually see the lighting. But if I was doing it for a paying client, this was something that I was doing for, a client, I would definitely be using the Qualitex orange balloons, which is here. But today, we're going to use the Jamar orange, okay? Reason being, they were cheaper. It's what I had. And you can't tell on camera, but the color is different. Let me see if I can show you. Here I have blown up. This is a Jamar. This is a Jamar. This is a Jamar. This is a Qualitex orange. Let me cover that Qualitex orange. Look at the two different colors. I don't know if I can really show you. This one is a little more orange than this one. They're both Jamar orange balloons. I'm not sure why one was lighter than the other. Not sure. Okay, but they were. They were Jamar orange balloons. One bag was this color, and in person it looks more peach. And then one was this color, which was a little bit more, a darker peach with just a little hint of orange. Okay, so I would not use Jamar orange for a client, because when a client wants you to do a basketball hoop, they want that rich orange color. That's exactly what Qualitex brings to the table. Look at that. That is complete orange. You can see that that is orange. Okay. That is just orange all the way. Okay. And that's Qualitex. I know it's hard to see, you know, viewing it from through the phone, but when you look at it in person, if you are familiar with Qualitex orange, you know what I'm saying. And if you're not, when you go get some, you will understand what I'm saying. When a client wants that orange hoop, okay, for this basketball display, they want this color to be vibrant. And Qualitex orange balloons are vibrant, okay? Very rich orange color. So you definitely want to get the Qualitex orange. Now, I have not tried Tough Tex orange. I have not tried Decomex. I have not tried Ellie's. I have not tried Calisant. I have not tried them. They're orange. I have tried Qualitex, and I love it. Now, I'm not saying the other companies won't have a beautiful orange. I'm just saying what I have tried, okay, and what I like so far. Now, eventually, I will try those other brands in the orange, but I haven't tried it yet. So I'm only speaking on what I know, right? Don't want to lie to you guys. So I'm using Jamar for training purposes, okay? I'm using Jamar orange, okay, for training purposes because I already had it. And I'm going to have to take some off of this display to finish the one we're going to do today, because I realized I don't have enough left after doing this one in Jamar orange. Okay, so I'm going to have to finagle it to try to finish it up, or I'll just show you this one, because this one is finished and I'm going to do it in the same exact way. So this is how it looks all up. You love Qualitex orange too? Yes, yes, yes. You can see okay, you can't see the difference. Good, because I wasn't sure. When I'm looking at my phone, it looks kind of, you know, shaded out. And their orange looks kind of peach. So, not sure, but it does. But you guys can test it out for yourselves. If you don't believe me, listen, go get yourself a bag and try for yourself. Jamar's balloons are affordable, very affordable. So, you know, it's not going to break the bank to try out the colors. These are 5-inch balloons, by the way. And this is what I'm using, 5-inch balloons. So I am using Jamar 5-inch orange balloons, okay? To tell you, when I made the one behind me, that one right there, which is the same size hula hoop I have on the floor. This hula hoop, by the way, is about 23 inches, okay, around. Okay, 23 inches around. And I did about maybe 27, if not 28 quads of the 5-inch balloons blown up to 4.5 inches. Okay. About 4 inches, 4.5 inches. Okay. That's the size. And it was about maybe 27 to 28 quads. Quads is 4 balloons. I'll show you that in a moment. Okay. So this is 23 inches around. Okay. And I used about 27 to 28 quads to cover this in that Jamar orange. Okay. So just to have a gauge. All right. All right. So we have our hula hoop there. We have our inspiration. Yes, yes, yes. That's our inspiration. Also, we're going to need 10 of the 260s. Let me show you what a 260 is. This is a 260. Okay, this is a little myelin balloon that balloon artists make when they do animals, when they do flowers, designs like that. The chains, this is what they use. They use the 260. Okay, so it's a little skinny, long balloon. You're gonna need 10 of these. Okay, 10 of these. All right. So make sure you got 10 of these. But at this point, if you're just wanting to learn how to do it and you want somebody to show you step by step on a smaller scale, because I'm showing you how I had to learn it in my head. I had to do it smaller. Now I don't feel so intimidated if I want to go to a bigger size, because I'm like, okay, I can do this. This is all right. You know, it came out pretty good for my first time. So I'm like, I'm feeling a little confident now. So now I feel like I'm at a point where, okay, if I have to make a larger one, I don't feel so intimidated. Thank you for so intimidated. So just know, start off small. If you see somebody make something, then try to figure out how you can make it smaller where it's not so intimidating for you. That's what I had to do with this hoop. Because that big one that I saw, I was like, I don't think I want to jump right into that. Such a huge one. You know, I want to take my time and get something smaller. But hey, everybody, thanks for chiming in. Let's get to making this balloon hoop, okay? If you guys have any questions, let me know. Hopefully my daughter, she'll see it, she'll answer, or I'll catch it. But I'm using my Borsino air machine. Let me bring you guys in some. Let me bring you guys over some more. While I'm blowing up the balloons, can you see me? Okay. And I'll move you guys back over when I go to putting stuff together if I need to. Move my computer back a little bit. All right. So I'm using my Borsino air machine, air inflator today, and I got it set to 0.2. 0.2, and I'm using my Borsino. Mind you, if you're using your pink inflator, that's totally fine. Blow up your balloons, your 5-inch balloons, stick it through your balloon sizer, and go with either 4 inches or 4.5 inches. Okay, whatever feels good to you. Because when I blow this up, it's right a little over 4 inches. Okay, and right under 4.5. Okay. So you pick either 4 inches or 4.5 inches. Use your pink inflator that you get from the A to Z store. We know that store, and you can use it all the same. I'm just going to be using my Borsino, okay? Because I want to try to do this, faster and not be on too long. Start blowing these up, and we can chit chat about whatever you want while I'm blowing these up. And I'm blowing them up as dupes, and then I'm gonna put them together as quads, okay? And I will show you guys that. Okay, Big Red. Okay. Where you located at, Big Red? Where's my pedal? My foot pedal at? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Where is the foot pedal at? Oh, it's covered up by the balloons. Look at me. Yeah, and this Borsino has a foot pedal, so it's a really cool inflator. So if it's something that you're thinking about getting, and it's like the in-between inflator from the pink inflator you get from the A to Z store, or the double hose Legenda one that you can get. This is the one that's in between. Okay. And I love it, really. I will step up to the Legenda inflator, but I have no need to do it right now because this works so well. But eventually I probably will. Okay. But this is a good inflator that you can look into. All right, let's get it all set. Once again, my dial is set to 0.2 and it blows it up to a little over 4 inches, a little under 5.5. So it's like 4 inches, okay? And I'm just gonna blow these up. I'm gonna tie them up into dupes first. I'm gonna do another set of dupes, and then I'm gonna tie and put them together as quads, okay? Let me know if you guys have any questions. If y'all want to see me tie it slowly, I will walk it up to the camera and I will show you how I tie it up slowly if that's what you guys need. I have my 2 sets of duplets. I spread the center. See what my fingers are? The balloons are spread. I take 1 set of my duplets and I turn them to the side and I slide it in to the middle of the other set. Then I take the top 2 balloons and I go once and I go twice and I have my quad. That's how I make my quads. I don't care what size balloons I'm using. That's how I make my quads. Okay. If I'm making organic quads, it don't matter. I put the two duplets together and I make a quad. And I always twist the top two. That way I don't have to think about it. My hand automatically just twists the top two. I don't have to think about it. Okay? Come on in. We're making the basketball hoop behind me. And I'm starting off with Jamar, orange balloons. And these are the 5-inch Jamar balloons. So okay, something is wrong with that one. We're gonna get rid of that. All right. What's this one not? Seems like it's don't want to blow up. Right? The orange balloons, I'm using my Borsino electric inflator, and I got it on 0.2. It's blowing the balloons up to 4.5 inches. Okay. So you can just blow your balloons up, size them to 4.5 inches and go with that. Okay. And these are Jamar orange balloons that I'm using. 5-inch Jamar orange balloons. So now I am done with the bag that I had. So I need to count these. So I only have 15 of them. I do not want to use my Qualitex orange because this is going to be used for the actual event. Okay. Just know when you're doing practice stuff, you don't want to use your top quality balloons on practice stuff. Okay. Now, if you just got money to toss away like that, then have at it. Use them. But if you can go to the PC store, you can go to DT store, you can go to Wally store, you can go to any one of them stores and pick up yourself some one donut bag of balloons, right? Get those, use those, practice with those, right? Because they're cheaper. I would not suggest you doing practice runs with your good quality balloons. But since this is for practice, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to pull some of these off. Okay. So I can show you how to fully put the complete hoop on this and then put the netting on. Okay. Y'all got it? Y'all following me? So I'm about to destroy this. Don't get mad because we're going to remake it. Okay, because I want to show you guys step by step how to do it. That's what this is all about. Me teaching you guys how I learned from Dawn how to do it, but on a smaller scale. Okay, it finally clicked in my head how to do it on a smaller scale. So we're going, because this is only 15 here. I'm going to pull from the back first. I'm going to see if I can destroy the back first. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to pull some balloons off. Don't get crazy. Don't get crazy. Now, I just got to see. I can't remember exactly how I put it up here. Oh, okay, I got it. And it's going to get loud because I'm pulling balloons off. And where's it at? Oh, I did it on the inside. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's just, they're in here so tight, they don't want to come out. Come off. And then I actually twisted them on the hoop to the inside. Now, I showed you guys earlier how some of these Jamar orange balloons are actually lighter than the others. So the ones back here are really, really light. But like I said, this is just training purposes. We're doing this for training purposes, right? Oh, I actually tied this one on this one. Ugh. Oh, this is the... No, we can leave that one off. Let's go to another one. Okay. We're going to leave that one. We're going to go to this one. So I'm just pulling these off so we can have enough so I can show you how to finish the hoop, okay? I am completely destroying this, okay? So it's going to fall. We're probably going to put it to the floor because at this point, it's not going to look good anymore. All right, I'm trying to kill myself. All right, so we don't want to take that one off. Let's go around here. It's going to start looking a little crazy. We're taking it off so we can put it all back together, okay? So guys, don't be crazy. Don't get crazy with me. We're gonna take it completely off. We're gonna just go ahead and take it off. Because I need the balloons on it. So I can show you guys how to put it together. All right, let's start putting it together. I'm just throwing that on the floor in front and I'll pull the balloons off as I need them. Because I don't need all of them. So what I did was I took my hula hoop. I actually put it in between my legs. Just to give it a little bit of stability. Okay? So we're gonna do this like we do our garlands, right? This is our quads. These are just mini quads. So don't get all, crazy. Like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, you do. You've learned how to do this before. And if you haven't, then just pay attention. We took our duplets. We made our quads, right? We got our hula hoop. I just secured my hula hoop in between my legs, right? I took the quad in between the two top balloons. I'm going to stick the hula hoop in between, see me? In between the two top balloons. And then I'm going to take those two top balloons and I'm going to twist them once and twice. And I've secured them on the hula hoop. So how easy that was? You don't even have to twist them twice. I just did because it made me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. Okay? We're going to pick another one. We got our quad. We're going to take the hula hoop. We're going to stick it in between the two top balloons. And we're going to twist those two top balloons once, twice. And you don't even have to twist them twice. I just do. And then we're going to turn it where that balloon nests inside of the other balloon. You know how when we making our columns and we push the balloons into the column because we want it to nest? You see how that balloon is sitting in between these balloons? We want that same effect going all the way around this hula hoop. Okay? That's what we want. So we're going to make sure all of our balloons are nesting. See? In between. Right? So we did that and we're just going to go all the way around. I always like to take my top balloons, stick the hula hoop in between my two top balloons. I give them a 1-2 twist and then I push it down. And you're pushing it down because you see how you want that tight fit? See how that's a tight fit? That's what you want. I know it's a little bright down here. My husband got the brightest lights he can find when I told him I need to see in the basement. But you see how tight it is? You don't see the pole? Okay? And we're just going to go around. What am I missing? What is the size of the balloons? Did I answer that already, Ritzy? It's 5 inch. These are 5-inch balloons blown up to like 4 inches, 4.5 inches. Okay? These are 5-inch orange Jamar balloons, okay? Now I stuck the hula hoop in between my two top balloons and I'm gonna twist them twice. 1, 2, and then I'm gonna nest them in. I'm gonna push them down and nest them in. Okay? And give your balloons a little look. Look at it. Make sure they're sitting like they're supposed to. And then you see how, and as I'm feeling it, I'm taking the hula hoop and I'm just gonna move it in between my legs. And then as when I get to the end, then I'm at the end. But until I get there right now, this is how I'm controlling the hula hoop. Okay, I'm just using my legs. Okay? So don't think too much into it. Don't get too carried away, thinking, oh, I can't do this. Yes, you can. Okay? So I put the balloons on the hula hoop, give it a 1-2 twist. Now that popped because I was trying to pull it down. Great example. Try to push it down where the tape was. Don't do that because as you can see, you saw what happened. The tape, the friction from the tape and the balloons, and plus I twisted it twice. I should have known better. That the friction was too tight. Okay? So don't do that. When you tie it on, I'll show you the correct way this way. When you tie it on, you tie it on closest to this. And if you know something there, you don't have to twist it twice. So it's close to where I need it to be. I give it a twist once. I push it into place. It's there. I wasn't paying attention. I was running my mouth. And that's fine because I'm teaching. That's what I'm supposed to be doing, right? And you have to move your balloons around. Sometimes they don't want to go where you want to put them. Like this is not nesting good. There you go. And then that's not nesting good. Okay, let me move this down. Okay. There you go. Sometimes you gotta let the balloons know who's boss. And if they don't look like they nesting right, then pull them off and redo it. It's okay. Take your time, right? We don't need to rush. However you pick up your quad, the top balloons on your quad, and the only reason why I say pick the top because it's a no-brainer. It's the two balloons closest to you, the top one, right? It's the ones you can control, the ones you can see, top ones, right? Don't make it confusing. Pick up the quad. You got your quad. These are the top two balloons. You stick that right onto the hula hoop. You give it a 1-2 twist, and then you slide it down. And depending on where you at on your hula hoop, make sure when you slide it down, you're not going to have that friction that it popped like you just saw. Okay? So just be aware of that. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but it's getting to be two different colors. That was Jamar's orange. I had one bag that was one color and one bag that was another. I explained that to you earlier. So if you see that, no, that was just the colors that I received in the bag. So I'm just going to twist it once now instead of twisting it twice, just for time purposes. We're going to get this moving. So don't have you guys on too long. Top two balloons, stick it in between the hula hoop, give it a twist, 1 or 2, you nest it right down. Okay? See how that is? See how that's looking? Okay? You're going to move some of these closer to me. All right. All right, so I picked up my quad, like I said, and I'm just going in between my top two and giving it a twist. Like I said, you can twist it once, you can twist it twice, but making sure it's nesting. Okay, make sure you got that nest, the balloons in between each other, okay? My top balloons, give it a 1-2 twist, and then just push it down. There you go. Got it nesting. Okay, let's see how many more. We're halfway done, see? We're halfway done. See how this is going? And if I wasn't talking, this would be moving even faster. Okay, so this doesn't take a very long time. You spend more time blowing up the balloons, right? Okay, because you got to blow up these and then you got to blow up your 260s and put it all together. Okay. All right, what I'm going to explain to you again, I'm taking my duplet, I'm sticking the hula hoop right in between my top balloons, and I only pick the top because it's just easy. Okay, no rhyme or reason, but it's just easy for me. Okay, take the hula hoop, go in between those top balloons, and I twist it once or twist it twice. Okay, I'm just twisting it once and I'm pushing it down. You can twist it twice, and when you push it down, you want to make sure you get that nest. Okay, okay. Don't push it down too much. You don't need to do all of that. Just enough where it's nesting. All right, where you have that nice fit. Look at that. You don't see no holes. Okay. And yes, you do see two different shades of orange. Your eyes are not deceiving you. You are seeing it. Those are the two colors of Jamar orange that was in the bag. I don't know. I can't explain why. Don't ask me. It just was. So I'm taking my quad, going in between my top one, twisting once, and then I'm nesting it down. Okay. And I'm giving it a look. I'm making sure it's nesting. We got the hoop. We have our quads. Okay, we made our quads. I take the top two balloons and I stick the hula hoop right in between the top two balloons. Okay? Then I take those top two balloons and I twist them over each other. You can go once, you can go twice. Okay? And then I just push them down into the quad that was ahead of it. And you make sure when you push it down that it's seated in between. See, this balloon is seated in between these two. and you got a nice tight fit and you don't see no holes, right? You don't have to push too hard, just enough to make sure they're touching and they're fitting properly like they're supposed to be. Okay? Look at that. We're almost done. Look at that. We only got that little bit more to do. See? We're almost done. All right. We'll see. All right. What other questions you guys have for me? That's what I'm here to do, to answer your questions. Hold on. Nope, I don't want that back there. We're going to pull up some more. Let's find some more we can pull off. Oh, that's the tape one. So let's see if we can find another one. And I'm just untwisting these off the hoop to reuse them. That's all I'm doing, so I can show you guys. Right? Because this was just for me to train. I was just trying to figure out how I wanted to do it, if I was capable of doing it. And this is what I want to show you, you guys. If you have the time and the space to do it, then try it out. Do it before. Do some mock setups. See how it comes out. And it will boost your confidence in doing it. Because once you see that you are capable of doing it, then it's no big deal to you. Right? Because you know you can do it. You've done it. Right? All right, let me lay this here. Let me see if I took out enough. Hold on. No, I think I was this way. And it looks, when you get to the end, it gets a little tricky because your inside balloons are pushed in. So you have to force the balloons back a little bit when you go to start. You see how it's getting tight? You see how the middle, see how the inside is closer than the outside? Okay, so you have to push these balloons back as you put in the other, okay, the last few ones. Okay, so don't be intimidated by that. That's just how it is. The inner point of a balloon is always going to be tighter than your outer. Okay, because even when I do my reefs and I put in material on my reefs, the inside, when I get to doing the inside of my reefs, is always tighter. Okay? And yes, I do reefs. So somebody like, what? Did she just say she do reefs? Yes, I do reefs. All right. All right, if that don't want to lay that way, let me try this way. Let me get this in. That the balloon is deflating. Don't use that one. And once again, I'm just finding the balloon to put in between. Now we're going to put one more in this last little spot where you see my fingers. We're going to put one more. We're going to squeeze one more in there. We got to squeeze it in there. You got to make room. So just push those other balloons. Be gentle. Okay. We have ourselves a basketball hoop. Look at that. Now, some of them may seem out of place. All you got to do is just go by. See how that's high? These are high. Just go back and push them around. That's all. They done moved up. That's all that is. As you're seating them in, you got ones that came out of place. That's all. What is this? There you go. We have a basketball hoop. Look at that. What do you guys think so far? Let me know what you guys think. All right, let's see. How many quads? Oh, crap. Now I got to count these things. Y'all, really? Y'all gonna make me count them? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. 1, 7. I think it's 26 or 27. Around that, 26 or 27. You just gauge about what I told you. Between 26 and 28. But you have to know when you doing it, like these are a little bit more than 4.5 inches in size. You may just make yours 4 inches, or you just make yours 3.5 inches. So depending on the size of 5-inch balloon that you put up here will determine the quads that you need, right? These are a little over 4 inches, not quite 4.5 inches. So you may be using your pink inflator and you want all of your balloons to be 4 inches. It's going to be a little bit more space. You may have to add another quad, or if you make it 4.5 inches, you may have to take out a quad. So just gauge between 26 and 28 sets of quads, okay? And that will give you, make sure you have enough balloons to cover that, okay? All right, but this is our hoop. Okay, now we're going to start working on building the net. Okay, so we're gonna build this now. Okay, that's what we're gonna build now, the net. Now we're gonna start talking about making the net. Make it look so easy. It's not hard at all. Like I said, follow either Dawn's video when she was making the huge net, or you can follow my video on a smaller scale if that's what you need. You may be able to just take the big one and run with it. I had to do something in my brain that was smaller, more of what I can control. So that's why I'm doing the smaller version. So you can watch either one of our videos and we walk you through it. Trust me, you can do it. You can definitely do it. Hey everybody. Now we have the balloon hoop now. Okay, let's recap. I got a 23-inch hula hoop from the DT store. 23 inches, the smaller hula hoop at the DT store. Okay, I blew up these orange balloons to 4.5 inches each. I made duplets and then I made quads. I took those quads, I put them on this hula hoop, and now we have like maybe 27 quads on this hula hoop. So now we need to make the laces. Let's make the laces. Let's move this out the way and I'll show you guys how I did that. Now, if you look down here on the floor, I've already made them, but I have 2 out so I can show you guys how I did that. You can either use an electric inflator like this one, or you can use your handheld pump. Okay, using your handheld, you just stick the nozzle in the open end of the balloon here in, and you just pump the air in. These are what you call 260 balloons. These are the long, skinny balloons that they make characters out of, like dogs and cats and animals and butterflies and all that stuff, and flowers. Okay, so these are 260 balloons. You can either stretch them out like this, or you can inflate them fully with air like this. Let me turn it on and let the air out, okay, to stretch it out. So you can do either which way. You can pull it or you can fill it with air and let the air out, and you're doing it just to make sure it's pliable, okay? So I'm gonna do the same with this one. And you let the air out, okay? Or you could have pulled it, right, stretched it out, and that would have been good as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the 260s, and you need 10 of these, okay? Because you need 5 pairs. So you need 10 of these 260s. Okay, so make sure you get 10 of them. Okay, 10 of them. We're going to put the air in. And we're going to leave about a 3-finger length or 4-finger length tail at the end. Okay, and how you can tell, you take 3 fingers and there you go. Okay, it could be 4, but that's about right at 3 fingers. My fingers is real skinny. Okay, so you take that, you burp the 260 a little bit, which means you let a little air out, and you tie a knot. Okay, let's do it again. And once again, this is a mini Legenda balloon inflator. Mini Legenda balloon inflator. Okay, this is what I'm using. Like I said, you can use your hand pump as well. So if you do not have a mini Legenda balloon inflator, it's okay. Use your hand pump. Okay, or yeah, just use your hand pump. I wouldn't say use anything else but that, because if you use anything else, you may pop it, and other balloon inflators will not. If it does not have the smaller nozzle made for these balloons, it won't blow it up. We got the tip, we burp it, and we tie it. Okay. Now, repeat that another 8 times, and you'll have your 5 pair. Okay. So that's them there. That's how you do it. So then once you have your 10 260s blown up separately, then what you do is you take the 260s where the knot is, where you tied the knot off, where you tied it off at. Let me move this out the way. Where your knot is, where you tied it off, you want to tie a knot. You want to tie these two 260s together. Okay. To make your 5 pairs. Okay. So you should have something like this where it's connected. Okay. Okay. Once you have your 5 pairs, which we have here, you're going to bring your hoop back up to your workspace. And then you're going to start putting your hoops, putting the laces onto the hoops. Okay. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to pull my chair back out the way. And we're going to go like every 4 or 5 quads of balloons. That's where we're going to put our hoops at. And then we're going to go in between the hoops. So we're just going to pick the first one. We're going to go in between, go under, and we're going to pull it up. And this is what it looks like. It's in between the balloons. Now you may see a little space. In the video earlier, I told you, like I said, these are just training balloons, so they're not fitting quite perfectly like they should be. But if you're doing it with good quality balloons, you won't have that issue. So this is what it's going to look like. So from the top and the bottom, that's how it fits in. Let's go to another pair. Let's move this around. And we're going to go, what we want to do, what we're looking for is to go in between here. So in between, so that space in between these 2 balloons, that's where you want your 260 to go. Okay. So you push it down underneath that balloon where you want it to go, and then you pull it out. Okay. You go around. Just looking for good placement here. Just look around, make sure you have good placement. Trying to look for the balloon. I know this one right here is marked. And what I did earlier was I marked them. So we go here to this placement. Okay. We got it in between there. Got this in between there. And I'm just trying to make sure I find good placement. I'm counting it, making sure that I got good placement for my balloons. Good placement for my balloons. Some of them are good and some of them are not. But we're going to find a good placement for the balloon, which will be right in here. So we want to go right in here for this balloon. There, and then we want to come right here, go 4 or 5 over, and then we're going to go right in here underneath this balloon here. Okay, and we have our placement of our laces. Now, what I'm seeing is that this should go here, And sometimes you have to do that. If you look at it and you're like, oh, it's a little off, then you find a better placement for it. It's okay. Remember, this is your art. You figure it out. You look and see what's best for your art. And I'm looking, I'm trying to see in between here where would be a good spot. And we're going to go right in here. This is the spot right here. So there you go. We have the beginnings of our laces. This is what it looks like when you turn it upside down. See? Let me move it back so you can see everything. This is what it looks like before you start intertwining your laces. Okay? So we're going to flip it back over. And I'm going to start showing you how to make it look like laces. So you take the balloons that's closest to each other. 1 260 with one group. See? These two are together, right? This is the two but you only want one. So you get one on this side. These two are together. You get this one on this side. The two closest to each other. See how we did that? Two closest to each other. That's what you're going to use, right? You're going to come up until it look like you are directly in the center. See how we look like we're directly in the center? Okay, like you coming up from this balloon and you're directly here in the center. And right there is where you want to pinch your balloon and you want to twist both of the balloons around each other. And you do it a good 3 or 4 or 5 times. And you see how you start making that? So then we want to twist the hoop and we want to do the same thing over again over here. Now, for some reason, okay, that's good. That looks close. Okay, so we want the 260s that's closest to each other. I'm just looking at placement. Placement looks good. Looks good. All right. You take the 260s that's closest to each other, and these two was close to each other, right? We take that. We cross one over on the other, make an X. Now we want to get that in the middle, but we want to make sure it's lined up with the one next to it. See the height of this one? We want to make sure it's lined up with this one. So we want to bring this one down. We want to make sure it's lined up. So it's pinch. So we got the X, right? It's in the middle. If it's not, you can move it. Pinch and you twist. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? We go around to the next two. Once again, we want one 260 on this side, and we want the one that's closest to it. Right? We want to make an X. So we put 1 260 on the other. We want to make sure it's about lined up. That's about right. You pinch it and you give it a 1, 2, 3, 4 twist, right? Keep going around. The 2 260s closest to each other. Once again, we make our X. We cross it over. Try to make sure it's about the same height. That's about right. And if it's not exact, it's okay. And we give it a 1, 2, 4, 5 twist. Go around. Right? We want these two 260s, the one closer to each other. We want to make an X. You bring the one here, the one next to it. We look down. If you have to stoop down like this and look to make sure to try to eye it, then do so, right? Okay? So you pinch and you twist. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So this is what we have so far. That's what we have so far. Let me flip it over so you can see. See how you can see it's starting? Okay? Let's flip it back over and let's keep going. So now you have that bottom row, that first part. Now you want to, the next two, once again, the 2 260s that's closest to each other, right? You want to make another X. But you want to make this is what you're looking for now. You want to make sure that's straight. You don't want it where it's over here, right? You don't want that to be there. You don't want it where it's over here, right? You don't want that. You want it to be the right up the middle. Let me move this out the way So you're coming from here, you're going straight up the middle. If you have to adjust it, adjust it. Straight up the middle. If you want it to be a little wider, straight up the middle. Once you get it right in the middle, you pinch it again up and you give it a twist. So I need to redo that one. No problem. If that happens, you just blow up another 260 and you attach it to the one that just popped, okay? Burp it a little bit. And you see this part that's hanging, right? You use that with the new balloon. You attach the new balloon. You go around the old balloon with the new balloon's neck that you just made a knot with. You take the old balloon and you give it 2 knots, okay, to attach it. There you go, right? So don't worry. Don't worry. We can fix it. Let's try this again. You want to make that X here, right? We want that to be here. This time I'll try not to pinch it with my nails. So we want that X here, right? Want that right here in the middle. We take it, we pinch it, and we twist it. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So we have that. So let's move to the next one. I'm gonna move the air inflator out of the way. We go to the next 260s. That's closest to each other, right? See? I'm trying to do it where you can see it in the middle. We want to have our X, right? This is what we want. Remember, we don't want it over there to the side, right? We don't want it over here to this side. We want it right in that middle. We want it to come straight up, okay? And then we give it a twist. A pinch and then a twist. And you also want to make sure it's lined up like you did the first one with this one. You see how they're about the same height? That's exactly how you want it. And like I said, if you're a little off, it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Once again, you want the 260s that's closest to each other. You don't want to go cross over. If it's already on this side, then you use the one closest to it, okay? So we want to make sure we get it in the center here. It's about the same height as that one. And we give it a pinch and a twist. And we twist it like 3 or 4 times, okay? We go around. Do the next one. Right? We want that middle. Trying to make sure you guys can see that. It's lined up with this one, about the same height. We want to pinch and we want to twist. And when you pinch it in a little bit, it makes it easier for when you twist it. That's why I'm pinching a little bit before I twist it. When you push the 260 in, then it's easier for you to twist the 260s onto each other. Okay, so that's why we're twisting it. Let's go to the next one, which is going to be the last one on this level. Okay, so we want our our diamond right here in the middle. We want to make sure it's about that right height. We want to pinch it and we want to twist it. Okay, and we have our second level. Let me show you guys how it looks. This is how it's looking. It's getting there, right? All right, let's go to the next level. Once again, we want the 2 that's closest to each other. The 260s that's on the same side of each other. That's what we want. Let me move my table back a little bit. This is getting a little tall. We know we want that right here. We want that diamond, right? You want it straight up in the middle. That's what we want. We want that diamond. Pinch it and we give it a twist. Okay? We want to go to the next one. Reach in. We want that diamond. it doesn't look like that diamond, fix it where it does look like that diamond. Go over where it looks like you have that diamond. Right here in the middle, see if it's around the same height. And then you pinch it, and then you give it a good twist. Okay? I'm going to twist it around. Right? We want that diamond. It's about the right height. We want that diamond. This has to come over a little more. You want that diamond. You want to pinch it, and we want to twist it. Okay? Going around again to the next two. The 260s. That's on the same side. We want it to be about that height where it's at now. We want that diamond. So we want to pinch, and then we want to twist. Okay? Keep going around. We want our diamond. We want it around the same height as this one. Once again, we want our diamond. So make sure you check. You want that diamond. Look at it. See if that's where you want it. It's on that height. You give it a pinch and a twist. And we are done. Now, if you wanted to keep going, you could, but we had left the 2 finger lengths, the 3 finger lengths at the end. If you want to do more, leave 2 finger lengths at the end. Okay, if you wanted your laces longer than this. I think this is good enough. Okay, I'm gonna lift it up so you guys can see it. And that's it. Okay, now we're gonna finish off the ends. Okay, like I said, if you wanted to make it longer than this, than what I did, if you wanted to do another time like this, you would go down to maybe it was 2 or 1 finger length at the end, and you would have the extra space on your 260s to twist it one more time. I know I didn't want to do that. I only wanted to make the 2 diamonds, the bottom diamond and the top diamond. That's it. Okay. Now, where is my scissors? I did have them over here. Let me get my scissors, ladies and gentlemen. I know I have them. I put them somewhere now. I don't know where I put them. So we're going to just go and get the other pair. All right. Let's get these. And what I do when I go to finish them, as you see the tip, you have room all up in there. So you squeeze it and you twist. See what I just did? And I made like this little bubble. I'm going to hold on to where I pinched it at so the air doesn't go out all the way to the back. And I just pinch, let the air out of that. Okay? All right? I'm going to do it again. Then I'm going to go over to this end. I'm going to squeeze some air up there. I'm going to pinch it. I'm going to do another little bubble. And I'm going to pinch that area so the air don't come out. And then I'm going to clip the end. Okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly let the air out. Slowly control letting the air out. Okay, you got down to that bottom. So slowly let the air out. Control it. When you get to the bottom, you want to tie a knot. Make sure you hold it, because if you don't, then this is going to uninflate. Okay, you don't want that. So you can actually go underneath, come back around on the top, and do your second knot. Do 2 knots, ladies and gentlemen, 2 knots. Pull it tight, and then you cut that off. You cut the excess off. Okay. We go around to the other end. The next 2, once again, we squeeze some air up, pinch it, make a knot, twist it a couple of times. Not really a knot, but you just twist it, let the air out. Do the same thing with this one. Push some air up, twist it, make that little bubble, hold it with your finger, let this air out, right? Then we want to control letting the air out, okay? Control it. Don't let it go, right? Let it go slowly. As you pinch down, you're holding on to it. Now you're down at the bottom. Do the same thing with this one. Hold on to it. Don't let it go. And you're down at the bottom. You tie a knot. And this is another reason why we twist it when we're making it. We twist it 4 or 5 times. So if the air does go out, it may not go out right away to give you time to hold it before it untwists, right? So now you're going to take one of the ends, come underneath, and you make that second knot. Make sure you pull it tight, but don't pull it so hard where you're going to pop your balloon. You're pulling it tight to make sure we got a good knot, and then we cut off that excess. Okay? And I'm just throwing it to the floor because I normally clean my floor up every night. Okay? We're moving on to the next 2. And this is why we leave a little space at the end. So we have this extra room where we can tie it off at the end, let the air out and control it without it unraveling. Okay? So once again, we push a little air up, twist it, make that little bubble, cut it off. And we do the same thing with this one. Make a little bubble while we're holding it, and then we cut it. Then we slowly let the air out. We control it. There you go. We control this one. Slowly let the air out. We control it, and we tie a knot so we don't let the air out. Okay? I suggest you take one of these ends, pull it under, and then you tie a knot. Take the scissors, cut off the excess. Go around again. You want to tie that end off. Once again, we pinch it, make a little bubble at the end, and put a little hole there at the end. Then we do the same thing here, make a little bubble at the end, pinch it, twist it, cut it. Okay? Control letting the air out. Control it. Right? We controlled it. Then we're going to tie a knot. So we don't want that air to go all the way out, and we got to redo this, right? So I'm taking one end, going underneath the groove, and then I'm tying that second knot. I'm making sure that the air won't seep out. Okay? And then we tie off the excess. Got one more to do. Here you go. You push the air up, give it a pinch, twist. It looks like this. See? Snip it at the end. Do the same thing with this one. Pinch it, twist it. Snip it at the end. Remember, control the air. Got this one. Control the air. This one. And let it go slow. Control the air. You tie your knot, your first knot. Tie it. Take one of the ends, go underneath that first knot, and tie it again. And then you tie it, you cut off the excess. Now you form it like you want to form it. I gotta cut off the excess of the one that I had to add. Okay. So you form it how you want it to look. There you go. I think it looks great. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is your basketball hoop. Look at that. And yes, like I said, the balloons look, some of them look different. Look, you see it's durable. Right? Let's move this, see? You drop it on the floor, it's fine. It's good, right? But this is what it looks like. And I'm just moving it around so you can see. Now, remember, the balloons look a little wonky because of the type of balloons that I use. Okay, but it's okay. When you make it for your client, you're going to use quality balloons and they're going to look great. Okay, so let's recap again. I used orange color balloons and I blew them up to 4.5 inches. Okay, I then did pairs of those balloons. Then I connected them with another pair and made quads. It is on a 23-inch hula hoop. It's the small hula hoop that I got from the DT store. Okay, so I got a hula hoop. Then I put those quads that I made of the orange balloons, and these are training balloons. These are not the top quality balloons. Okay, I would suggest once again that you get my best color for orange would be Qualitex orange balloons. Okay, and these are the 5-inch balloons. Okay, so you get whatever reputable company orange balloons that you like. You blow them up to 4.5 inches. You use a 23-inch hula hoop, which is a smaller hula hoop from the DT store. And then you make them into quads and you put them on the hula hoop like you see earlier in the video. You'll have the hula hoop. We just did the laces. As you can see, this is how it looks all the way around. And yes, like I said, some of the colors are lighter or darker, but this is just for training purposes. So here you go. Now, how I would hang this is I would use monofilament wire, aka fishing line. I would hang it from the ceiling and I would hang it that way. Now, if you wanted to have a basketball on it, you can tie a basketball to the top of this and it will be great. Let me show you how to do that. I'm gonna pull my table back over and I'm gonna go get my basketball, okay? So I would find a spot and then I would just, all you do is you tie a 260 to the bottom of your Mylar basketball balloon. Okay, make sure that you find the back of the Mylar balloon, which is right here. Okay, and you want to put that to the back of your display of your balloon hoop. Okay, basketball hoop. So if I want this to be the back, then I'm gonna make sure this is facing the back. So I do want it facing the back. So I'm gonna have this to the back. So what I do is I normally take the 260 and then I'm just gonna take it under the hula hoop, stick it in between the balloons under the hula hoop, and I'm gonna tie a knot. And that's it. Or you can take the ends of the 260 and wrap it around these balloons several times on either side in a figure 8. Something like this, like you wrap it around in a figure 8 several times and it will hold. Okay, so you got two options. You can pull the 260 where you see the hula hoop is, go underneath the hula hoop, tie a knot, pulling the balloon in tight, pulling this balloon in tight so you know it's fitting snug. Or like I said, you can pull this side, go all the way down and around and go in between the balloons there several times and you can do it that way. So since I've already pulled it there, I'm just going to go and I'm going to show you. See how I'm pulling and I'm wrapping. I'm doing a figure 8 and I'm doing it several times. I feel the tension on the 260 and now I'm going to let it go. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And it's harder when you're doing it on the inside, of course, because it's the inside. But you just wrap it around, do a figure 8 around a couple of balloons. And since this is for training purposes, I'm not going to do it no more than what I'm doing right now. And you have your basketball on your hoop. And there you go. I hope you guys really like this tutorial. I hope you guys try to make this basketball hoop. And when you do, please tag a Theme Creations, Reefs and Things. I would love to see how yours came out. Definitely if you want to do different colors, show the school spirit. Show your clients favorite colors. Make sure if they're into basketball but they like the pink and black, make it in pink and black, you know, make it your own creation. But please try it. Please tag me in your photo. I would love to see how yours came out. But here we go. I hope you guys like it, and to my next video, I want you guys to be safe. All right, bye. I'm just gonna put this here because I don't have nowhere to set. Matter of fact, we're gonna lay it right here on the floor for right now. Bye, guys.